Hey, Devin, I think you guys are on mute. They're at City Hall.
Really?
There's 3 of them at City Hall.
What?
In what car?
Brian, their mics might not be on.
Oh, okay.
I'm hoping that's the issue.
Yeah.
Hi, Brian.
Hello.
Oh, it made a noise. I just didn't hear him.
You hear me now?
Now he's talking. Just can't hear him.
Michelle, is she talking?
Can you hear me now?
Oh, he's talking again.
But you can't hear me?
I can hear you, but.
Send us Morse code, Brian, by talking.
Dot, 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 dash, dot, dot, dot,
It's a one.
dash. How about now?
That's not the right answer.
Well, we usually hear it through the computer up at the senior center. Is the computer volume up?
You can't hear them in there?
Correct.
No, we can't hear Brian Davis on the Zoom. Dennis,
Hello, hello, hello.
sorry.
Turn my mic
That would
on.
be my brother-in-law.
Try the volume.
All the way up.
Yeah.
And the Zoom, does Zoom have a volume?
Yes. Your audio.
Hello, hello, hello.
He's talking.
He is talking.
Brian. Tell him we're trying.
We're trying. He knows we're trying. He can hear us.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Now we can at least do sign language.
Sign language.
Yes. Yes. More.
Nice winter
Milk.
beard.
I think they can hear you.
Yeah, they can't.
Is it snowing where you live?
No, it's not.
Just making that up.
Someone's talking in the background.
I was going to do it.
So this Sam's trying to fix it, Brian, but
Okay.
Doing really good.
I don't know what they're doing
She
or not doing correctly
things, but right now they.
because they're doing it from City Hall instead of the.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be that much different though.
Is there a quorum with 3 or should I just run on down there? I only got a Zoom invite, so I didn't know.
It should have said that it was going to be held at the council chambers too on the
Okay.
agenda.
She's
Okay.
so bored, stuck at home.
So either way,
bored. And so she rode.
I can
with
head
me
on down there if
Friday,
it's a
and I
problem,
had to
dude.
go out to PL and she rode with me out there.
yeah, that might work, Brian.
Okay.
She just, just for a car.
I'll be there
ride.
soon.
Yeah, just to get out.
Okay, I'll text Devin and let her know.
Okay. They can go ahead
That
and
was an
start if
auto
they have a
accident
quorum
in
and I'll just run
08.
late.
It took 9 months.
Okay, I'll
for my
let 'em
brain to
know.
Get back
Okay.
to normal.
They just won't be able to hear
My
me.
brother, he was logging, he was 19 years old. And he was doing everything right, and a piece of wood, just a little firewood size, busted off the log and flipped up over, freak accident. He was totally safe zone, everything, and hit him right in the head. He was wearing a hard hat, but it still cracked his skull.
Oh.
And he had to relearn everything. But it was weird because he relearned kindergarten through 12th grade, but he would do it in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Because they described it.
it's there. They just have to reconnect it up.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
They said it's like the foundations of the bridges are there, you just have to put the middle in.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, they
so-
described that as I had the equivalent of shaken baby syndrome where the left and the right brain are separated and that all had to knit back together.
Yep.
It was crazy. I was not there.
Mhm, mhm. I've never,
Can't hear it.
I never had a head injury, but I did watch my brother go through that, so I know it's like that. She's, but it's, you know, with that too, you know, you just get better and all of a sudden it's just better.
Oh, at the end of 9 months, I started to feel together, and within a couple weeks, I was,
Yeah.
but I couldn't write software to save my life.
Yeah, she's got
My little Christmas tree. Where did he go?
I think he's gonna drive it.
Oh, okay. It's a race to see who,
I think so.
I think he was like, I've done eating and I'm going to drive, something like that.
I know, I told Michelle, please say this is in person somewhere, because I'm so out Zoom right now.
I am, yeah.
I have to stare at a computer, no.
Hey, Devin, can you hear me?
La, 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 la.
La, 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 la. La, la, la.
Is Michelle talking?
I'm talking.
It's okay if we can't hear Michelle.
Yeah.
Hey,
Uh-oh, she heard that. She can hear us apparently.
yes.
That's perfect though.
We can't hear her.
We'll look over if we want any information.
Okay,
If it's really important, just text.
that's what I'm doing.
I don't know, I like it. Are we gonna get going?
Yeah.
Okay, so we get to stand up and do the Pledge of Allegiance. Do I call the meeting to order before or after? Before. I call the meeting to order. Let's do the. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay, great. So we've got, are we just approving the last meeting minutes from June?
June, July, August,
Why, or did I think I reordered mine.
September, and September.
Do we need to do these all in one by one or in mass?
All.
I think we
That
should
is-
just mass.
all at once.
Let's do it in mass.
Okay, mass.
In mass, okay, great. I would entertain a motion.
Through September.
June through September, I entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve these meeting minutes.
I'll second it.
Okay, any other comments? No? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Great. Next thing is, and I feel it's a little lost because we don't have our fourth person here yet. Do we want to, let's table business licenses till the end. I'm looking at Michelle to make sure I can do that. Okay, growth, or planning growth committee meeting and policy changes. What, do we have a thing on that?
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about it. So, yeah, we could put Michelle on speakerphone.
Do you want to have speakerphone from Cindy's phone or something, or Devin's phone?
Or, yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna do Devin. Okay, great.
I love that. But why?
So I did learn at the,
Hello.
Now we can hear you.
okay, there we go. That works.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So on that, there's going to be a meeting coming up. So we these are all the policies that the Plan Growth Committee will be going over. And can you guys hear me?
We're gonna put it next to the microphone so we can get it recorded.
No, that'll.
No. Oh, and Brian's on his way.
So you're gonna get feedback.
Figure that out. Okay.
That's good.
Okay,
Okay.
so this is all the information that the Plan Growth Committee will be going over. And if there's any policy changes that this is the time that they look at making those policy changes. And also for any population numbers, this is the time that you request an increase to your population. And I don't know, I know Eric was at our last council meeting where I explained that OFM, it's coming back at me, so this is really weird. So OFM changed our population numbers by 100. And so it actually, are you guys hearing me now through something else? On my phone? Okay. So you hear me on the phone or you hear me on the TV? Oh, okay. Anyway, it's an important information. Right. Well, right now, it probably isn't a good time to adjust the urban growth plan because we have so much property that is still undeveloped in our urban growth area. I don't know if the map is up in City Hall now or if it was still on the table. This is the time that you do ask for population increases. Right now, I think that they have us scheduled for a population of 1131 in the next 20 years. And so as a planning commission, do you guys think that that is an accurate number? I know that I've got some developers I'm in talking with about up on like the Winters property, which if the map's not up, you guys can't see that. And they're really looking at building it to its full potential. You guys had lowered the foot lot print to 6,000 square feet. And so they're going to want to try to fit as many homes in as they possibly can. They are going to be restricted from. Do you have the marijuana map that was folded up on the table, Devin? There you go. If you want to just put that back up on the wall real quick. To 635. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, when they went around, they said there was 40 homes that were vacant. Yeah. 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 So it's a huge fight. Oh, yeah. No, and it won't be this, yeah, so no, because we tried doing that before, because we told them like 2 times before when it was just that spot census that they were doing. And we told them people weren't going to give them the information, and if somebody could go with them, and they said no. So we might have a little more leeway with it, because we're going to be having to hire a company to do it. So we might have a little more leeway, and I just won't have those answers for you till next spring. Yeah, we were at 735 before, and then they dropped to 635. We did that before too. We did send it in the water bills. We contacted the newspapers. There was newspaper articles about it and stuff, and you know. Yeah, we could let them know that their water bill is going to go up $20 a month if they don't do it. That's exactly what's going to happen, because we aren't reaching a certain point to get the grants that we need. So the water bills and sewer bills will be going up if this continues. Unfortunately, yes. Well, we have to have 51% low to moderate income level, which I'm pretty sure we're probably at. But so as far as like a population number, there's no like direct number. I mean, you could have 10 people, but as long as 6 of them are low to moderate income, you'll get all the grants you know available through certain agencies. So right. Right. Yeah, and usually it's a range. It's not an exact number. There's a range. You know, do you make between 0 and 10,000, 10,001 to 20,000, and how many people are in your household? Yeah. They haven't given me that information yet. Yeah, no, I don't know. They seriously, they have not released that information yet. And that's another reason why I was kind of fighting. So there's a federal level being the US Census, and there's a state level being Office of Financial Management. So every year I have to give them certain information so that we can get our population numbers. And the different tax dollars from the state is based off of your per capita. And so back in June, well, it starts earlier than that. So I have to have everything done by April. And they took my numbers, and then back in June, they gave me our allocation of 735, which I was fine with. It still said we had like, I think like 15 homes that were empty or something like that, which I was fine with. It was still close to what we have currently. Well, then right here 2 weeks ago, the census finally released their numbers, which they should have done last June. And so the census finally did just release their numbers, and they came in really low. And so they're taking those numbers. And so that's what my whole thing is. Well, if you're taking those numbers, then what's the low to moderate income level at then? And they're like, well, we can't give you that information yet. Well, if you're going to take the census numbers now, then you should be able to give us all the census information now. So I've gone to Jamie Herrera Butler's office, who's helping me out, and some other people. So, but I'm not getting anywhere. They're trying though. But anyway, yeah, so the Planned Growth Committee will be meeting, and all that packet of information talks about the Planned Growth Committee meeting, which entails all the cities in Lewis County and county personnel. And so it kind of shows you the process too of how the meetings go, when you can ask for an additional urban growth area, which they're asking of me now. You know, are you looking at increasing your urban growth area? And right now I'd have to say no, because our urban growth area is so large, it's not built out. And in order to build out or to, increase your urban growth area, you have to show a need. And really, I can't show that need right now because it's so large already and vacant. And you guys can see on the map where our urban growth area is. Okay. Yes. So probably in the next couple of years, I would say. And all of this is kind of hinged on when we can get those water and sewer lines up to Plamondon. I am making headway on our water rights also. And so all of it kind of stems back to water rights too. And I am making headway on that finally. There is. So that's just, if you guys, see anything that's kind of like, what does this mean? Or no, I don't agree with this. Let's talk about this. We could come back and let them know, to think about changing that policy. And I'm sorry that your packets did not get out to you guys till Monday anyway. They should have gone out over the weekend so you had more time to go through. It's a lot of information. I believe so.
Yeah, we do ourselves. We have to.
If we have to.
Oh, I can hear you.
You can?
Can you hear me? No.
No, we just had our mics off so you didn't get feedback.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
But we can't hear you.
I know.
We want to.
I hung up.
Yeah. Okay, so then, is it? Oh, you're back?
Yeah. I'll just listen.
Okay, so then, oh, why do I hear myself on that?
Because you have your mic on now.
Sit down. Have a seat. Sit down. Sit down and drop that off.
What? Wait, Eric, just a second. So the video is probably not picking you guys up though, because you are not in your speakers. So why don't you go ahead and give the phone back to Devin away from your speakers so that you guys could actually put your speakers on.
Okay,
There you go.
so, great, as long as I don't hear myself like that. It's impossible to talk like that. Okay, so I've been wanting to do this anyway, and it's probably something I'm gonna do at city council meetings in the future, but I'd like to read the First Amendment real quick. And that is, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or the prohibition of free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or of the right of people to peacefully, of the right of people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. So on that, given that said, I was on purpose really not talking on that email thread because I think that we left the area of how much we should be discussing in an email thread, given the open meetings. And I know that all, it can be, that's fine. That's all in public record because Michelle was in the CC list. But we had a request for a business license from the Sons of Liberty. And I want you to be heard because you're the outspoken kind of against it.
Yeah.
But I fear that if we were to say no to them, that we were very much in a foul of the First Amendment.
So the only, I still don't know if any of my worries were founded in truth. There's a lot of similar groups that have sprung up and done things and done everything but peaceably protest.
Yes.
And so that was the only thing. So like I said in the email chain, I'm not stumping my feet about it. It just kind of smells a little bit fishy to me. And that was just in all the descriptions we've ever gotten in business licenses. It's never been like, oh, we're gonna do this, this, and this. And these things are vague in it. So like, where are they gonna have social gatherings? That doesn't even make sense to me. I don't get that aspect of it. And then what Steve and I were talking about is if they're just selling shirts and if they're colonial enthusiasts, then that's one thing. If they're promoting hate speech and or having like rallies downtown, that's kind of something that is like, okay, well, that would be clarifying from their end. Are we gonna have rallies? Or are we gonna allow social gatherings? I agree with, it was more of like it just smelled fishy to me. And so I would like to have more of a clear understanding of what those three descriptions of their business was, but it's not necessary as indicated before. I'm just gonna point it out.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm really not stomping my feet about it.
Anybody else?
It's a fine line. I totally understand what you're saying, and we don't need that kind of stuff in our little town.
Yeah.
But you think about the last couple of years and the things that we've seen that we've never seen before. And like what happened at Spiffy's, and they brought those vendors in and they're selling shirts, and they didn't, nobody got hurt, nothing, it was a peaceful protest.
Sure.
So something like that was a peaceful protest. But then you look at what's going on in Olympia, when they get the Proud Boys and these people and everybody's shooting people.
Yeah.
No, that's so fine line. You're right. It's a real fine line about what are they going to do? Because there's a difference between what happened here and what happened there, but both of those things happened very close to here.
Yeah. Right.
So, I understand your concerns, but I kind of fall on the side of, we have to go with, we can't discriminate.
Sure,
also,
absolutely.
just on
Absolutely.
And I believe that they're getting business licenses from pretty much everywhere.
Yeah, so that's another
I think
part
that's
of
part
it.
what's confusing is that, there's business licenses coming towards us that will probably never do business in Toledo.
Uh-huh.
But we're looking at that. That's what confuses me is I look at these and I'm like,
I'm thinking,
when is that person?
I'm thinking if I'm looking for where where I'm needed. I mean, it caused me to go read through, maybe if that's our intention, is to get people to read as to who they are, that worked. Because I kind of Googled them a little bit and read, and it seems like they're just wanting liberties to stay around. And I mean, it's an old organization, right? It goes back to the founding fathers, kind of.
Well, I mean, the Sons of Liberty.
Yes, Sons of Liberty. And if that is that organization, then that's, I can understand why they're reaching out to do that. And honestly, the town that says no to you is the one you probably need to go to.
Sure. No.
That's where that rally needs to be, right?
And
I
it's-
mean, you'll need to go there and sell shirts.
I'm pro anybody who's actually going to be following the Sons of Liberty mantras.
Yeah.
And actually like appeal to what that title means. And again, I'm okay with the decision. It's just the groups like the Proud Boys, like an Olympia, use these things
Mhm.
that they can hide in the vaguenesses of it. So until we know otherwise. And so you said that you were able to actually find them, like them specifically, or just what Sons of Liberty?
What Sons of Liberty is.
Well, that's what I mean. Too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So back in the day, I actually wrote a script called the Sons of Liberty. It was
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm quite familiar with the Sons of Liberty and what they actually are. But I just didn't know what was going on here, and I would just hate for this to backfire on our end. And all of a sudden, we got them doing these three things, and they're selling merchandise, but the merchandise has hate speech on it.
Yeah.
Like you can sell t-shirts, but do you really want to have somebody selling swastika t-shirts, or the Proud Boy 6 million wasn't enough? This is the Proud Boy thing. And so these things will pop up. And so like, I don't know, are we going to be allowing that vendor to do that? Or are we going to be, so.
The-
Yeah, public, yeah.
On the flip side, if you approve this license and something were to come of it negatively, what ramifications does the city have at that point? You can revoke it at that
Can
point.
revoke it.
Mhm.
We have a police force.
So
It's,
you have ways after that.
Right.
and it's really, I mean, I'm not pro, I can't stand any hate speech, but it's also, it's that fine line of freedom of speech.
Sure.
Because to one person, it's hate speech, to another, it's not. And so
Sure.
that's super hard to, and we, again, don't want, very fine lines,
Yeah.
super fine, because,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm for absolute freedom of speech, but, there's been a lot of the, in Lewis County with the wanting to put the, rainbow sign up next
Yeah,
to
sure.
the Hamilton sign.
Sure.
So again, real
Yeah,
close to home.
Yeah.
And that totally offends some people, not me, I'm
Yeah.
whatever, I don't care.
Sure.
I'm totally in Switzerland.
Yeah.
But you look at that, that's a hot debate. I mean, people went there and ripped the sign down.
Sure. Yeah.
And I think it's,
Yeah.
but again,
That's freedom of speech.
yeah,
And then- But
absolutely.
he's not putting a swastika
No.
sign next to the.
No, but,
Or a 6 million wasn't enough.
but to a different person, it's just as offensive,
Okay.
just not you.
No, I
So-
get that. No, then there's no mystery that I lean left.
And I'm just playing advocate. I don't feel that way. I'm
It's
just
not, but there's a
throwing a
difference.
different
There's
perspective.
a difference between actual hate speech and something that
Absolutely.
offends somebody.
But it,
And again, like you saying something, Michelle?
Yeah. So am I still on mute,
I can
Devin?
hear you.
We can hear you.
Okay. So Nora is really absolutely correct. So you cannot discriminate against one group over another group. If I want to come in and sell put signs up, with a swastika on it, or sell t-shirts with a swastika versus rainbow t-shirts versus God knows what, that's my
lawn
right.
t-shirts.
Unicorns.
Yeah, I mean, that's my right. You cannot stop me if I'm, in there selling shirts for Sons of Liberty or whoever. Eric gave you guys the First Amendment speech. Nora's right on, she hit it right on the head. It might offend somebody, but what you believe in might offend somebody also. And that's not up, you're not the judge here. And you have to treat every business fairly. Is there a direct reason not to allow that business license that you know of?
No.
Absolutely not.
So if I'm corrected there in finding out that that is not hate speech and that is just free speech on a t-shirt, then I'm incorrect in my assumption. And I,
Yeah.
again,
I mean, right now, if somebody wanted to open up a strip shop, you know, and have strippers, they can in Toledo. You guys cannot say no. You do not have an ordinance against it.
right. No,
So-
like I said, I must be incorrect in thinking that hate speech is allowed. So that was what that I am wrong in understanding that. Not offensive. I'm offensive myself.
No,
So yeah, it's not, I'm not worried about being offended or someone else being offended. I was just like, whoa, this vague wording makes me think that they could be slipping in this sort of behavior. Not just, yes, I also don't agree with it, but it also might be illegal. And so I could be.
Because I mean, even
and I am
there's some
incorrect.
other people that are going around with different groups in our town currently promoting different things. And I'm not going to say what they are, but if you really research what they're about, they aren't these peaceful, loving people groups that you think they are trying to tout themselves to be. And so it's just, if they start doing a protest and getting out of line, that's when your police department steps in. And there's, you know, that's, you go that route. But as far as trying to deny a business on what they may or may not do, that's not correct. You have to do it on, is it a business that's allowed in your town?
Okay.
Do you have any ordinances against that type of business? We don't.
Right.
And any such ordinances would come from the city council.
Right, but the council, you guys can do a directive though, because you guys are kind of give that directive on zoning and they do have the final approval. So if you wanted to zone, you know, we don't allow any laundromats in, you know, in town at all. You can do that. And the council would, you know, have to accept it. So if you don't want, I don't know what kind of business you would even call it, but you guys can, it would start with you guys, the planning commission.
okay.
But city council does have final say, yes.
So one last thought on these guys is that if they're getting licenses everywhere, if they're gonna cause trouble, they're probably not gonna start in Toledo.
No, probably not.
So, you know, if we could, you know, we'll probably hear about it if they're starting trouble somewhere and we can always
Yeah.
say, and we decided to change your mind.
Right.
So there's always that too.
Right.
So that's just my final thought on it.
And my last thing is, we had a dissenting vote in council for probably the first time in that I can almost remember, and I think that's healthy. So if you want to
Yeah, no,
dissent,
I feel incredibly listened to. I don't think there was any part of me that I wasn't like listened to or responded to genuinely.
Okay,
Well, that-
So, and now I know that's not illegal, and now I know we can shut them down if they start acting up. So,
okay. We also have, you saw in your packet, there were some additions to that long list from before of businesses. And then there's a couple extra that have been added. So I'll pass this around. One is a trucker who's running his business out of his house. Not sure why he needs a business license, but, and then the other is, I can't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
looks pretty clear to me.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
hand that down to
I
Daniel.
see
There you
no
go, thumbs
issues.
up. No stripper laundromats though.
What a combo.
Yeah, totally.
I'm saying, when the stripper laundry comes in, I'm setting up a taco truck outside. I'm retired.
So I will entertain a motion that we accept, or unless we need to carve one out, and then somebody can say something, that we accept these and that the other ones that were on the previous sheet, which I didn't bring with me.
I make a motion to approve all business licenses.
I'll second it.
Okay, any more conversation? Discussion? No? Okay, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Great. That is done. General discussion. Is there any more general discussion? Well, I have an item. I think this, unless we have a work meeting in December, we don't usually meet in December, if I'm correct.
Just for this.
Yeah, but if we meet for this, then I will see you all again. Otherwise, I won't, because I need to resign.
Yeah.
So have fun. Keep doing great stuff. We've gotten a lot accomplished in the last couple of years. I feel like the planning commission has got wheels that are moving again now. So I like that. And definitely Michelle will help you figure out what it is you guys can get done, because there is a lot that planning commission does that can be good for the town. So keep at it. I love it. Any other general discussion?
What are the mechanics that happen now with Eric stepping down? Michelle? Like what happens?
So council will be taking applications for the position. We currently have one already. We need to get notice out though. And then they will probably appoint somebody at their January meeting.
Okay. Great. Any public input?
I guess I could say, the one that they have is me.
The one application? Good. Very good to hear.
I really enjoy being on planning commission. I do.
That's awesome.
So I'm learning a lot, and I enjoy being a part of, the town that I live in, and being able to put in input from, my perspective.
Yeah.
When the city council position came up, I thought about the one Shelley took, and I was like, no, I really think that I'm needed here. I really think that I can learn here, and I like learning. I like learning all about it.
The planning commission protects the city or the town. I mean,
Yeah.
it does.
Yeah, and like I said, with being from here, it gives an input that you guys didn't have.
Absolutely.
Which
So,
is
and that's why I kind of wanted to stay here. So anyway, I really like it.
Yeah,
So
I'm glad you did.
I enjoy it. Yeah.
Awesome. Do I just adjourn? I've forgotten. It's been so long. Okay, we're adjourned.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
So glad we got to do it in
Thank
person.
you,
and not
Michelle.
Zoom. No Zoom.
Yeah. I only got a Zoom invite. I didn't know.
Have the guy that